What's up? What's up, guys? What's going on? Bitcoin going up. How's everybody feeling? Hold on 1 second. Be right back. What's up? How's the sound, guys? Am I sounding clear? Sounding good? Let me know. Passive Crypto, Dark Trader, Jigmet, Chef Wong. What up, everybody? What's going on today? How we doing? The world didn't end yet. Sound crystal clear? Perfect. So, basically where we are right now is we're starting to see the effects of interest rates rising. There's a couple of things going on when it comes to earnings, which is, I think, in addition to rates going up, earnings are going to be hurting going forward. And, when terrible earnings come out from big companies, it's going to have an effect on the market. I posted earlier about Apple. Keep an eye out for that. I think they report after the close on Friday, so it might not have an effect until next week. But interest rates going up, less disposable income equals people have less money to spend, less money to buy stocks, hence take profits. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to interest rates starting to hit Main Street, not Wall Street, Main Street, like, the average Joe, like me and you. So keeping an eye on that, staying super low time frame in my trading right now. Basically just trying to get the big plays outside of the daily value area and catch it and ride it for as long as I can. Staying pretty much Bitcoin focused right now because alts are, if you look at BTC Dom, alts are kind of dying out. Basically like a leaky faucet. Like, they might have good days up 4 or 5%, but a lot of them are trending lower. So staying Bitcoin focused currently until the stock market gets its shit together, and then maybe I'll play more on that side. But all in all, we'll get into the charts. Just want to say what's up to everybody. Thanks for joining EM3, Aaron, my man Z. Thanks for joining, guys. Just taking a look here. Perps leading. You got Coinbase following up. Binance is a little lagging down there. They were the ones selling the hardest last night, going into yesterday's close. But I'm not gonna say that we're headed towards 42, 44. I'm just kind of playing day by day. Market could be right back down tomorrow, so take profits and let's get into it. What's up, Romney? What's up, Low Louie? Let's see what we got here. All right, guys. So let's go high time frame first. So, you know, we've basically been bouncing around between these three high volume nodes here. 47, around, 42, 41 and a half to 42. And right now we're on the, basically trying to bridge this gap back up to 42. Having some issues with weekly VWAP, but I'm like I said, I'm just playing it as far as it goes. Not really calling any levels. Obviously you would look towards the recent local high, like 48, if we could get up there. But just big picture, looking at the chart, notably what stands out is this value area that's basically like going back to July of last year, taking out the summer. This is where we've been trading in value. So you could see the rejection here. That was our rejection from the highest volume node, and second highest volume node, third, right? So one thing notably about this value area is, it really goes down to like 36.6. And I'm sure you guys have seen other people mention 36.6 as a level. That's where I would be looking if this breaks down here, if it doesn't manage to go. And then below this, there's right around, let's pull this up. Feeling like I can't talk today. Got to get back into it. If we go a little bit lower time frame, there is, you can't see it on here, but I guess I'll show it to you on EXO. Basically these session days, they only go back a certain amount of time, so you get too far away, so like February, it just disappears. TradingView doesn't keep track of all of that data. But on the 4 hour, breaking above 39 again, that's a good sign. So hopefully we could get some continuation. Taking a look at equities, really kind of at the point where if it breaks down, it's probably going to go down further. Like, we got this wick over here at 41.22, but I think any other major move below this breaks, and it gets kind of nasty because there isn't much volume below this area. So keeping an eye on that, hoping that stocks keep moving back up. I'd like to see them get back up towards this 43 area. But stocks as well, having trouble with weekly VWAP. You can see it right there. So, got to see how stocks close out. But, I don't think we're in the clear. I think we're just, I'm just taking the move that we just made off the bottom and seeing where it takes us. But getting back to the Bitcoin. So if this doesn't go, a break back below here, it's probably a decent short, towards where we came from. But above this, obviously you got the highs around 48. That's what I'd be aiming for if we're able to break over 39.5. Uh, 39.5 first, and then hopefully we could break above this structure over here, right around 40K. So that's how I'm looking at it right now. I'm just playing what the market gives me. It'll be interesting to see today how I keep saying today. I got my ums going. It'll be interesting to see how Bitcoin reacts after equities close, because looking at order flow today, I mean it just keeps pushing. Sellers are selling heavy and they're just getting run over. So I'm really interested to see what this daily looks like at the end of the day. I think that would show where we close, would show signs of continuation. If we could close above 39.5, I think we could keep going, to 40K and maybe above. But, break below this area, I would break below like 38.6, which is the weekly. So basically like 38K. So this is the weekly range that we got going right now. So we had the rejection here, 39.5. That was the short I took earlier, and basically made the play back above VWAP and seeing how this goes. But break back below 38, I'm looking towards, that 36.6 level that I just showed you guys. Ton of volume today. I love these candles because they really help me, in addition to the order flow, make the decision if the trade is worth staying in, if it's going to keep going. Super helpful. I got to put this in the Discord if I didn't already, but just volume candle, 20 candles. If the volume is more than 1.25 of the last 20 candles, it lights up. So, it kind of helps you not only take your trade, but stay in your trade. Like, this is all increasing volume going down. And when you're bottoming out, it kind of shows you where, heavy sell volume here and not being able to push, start looking for your long. So these are great. Been using these for a couple weeks now, and they work fantastic. So you can see, struggling with weekly VWAP. That's the issue right now. And then 39.5. Weekly point of control. It's right here. That's kind of what we're wedged between right now. So hoping we could push in the next, couple of hours. I'm going to hold it for a bit as we're above VWAP. But, there's not much to say right now except, play the range, right? This was your low, that was your long. Rejections up here or you're short for now. I wouldn't short this again right away if we get there. Could break, but expecting some sideways action. I don't think we just start trending back up to 42, 44. I think this week is going to be pretty much up and down in some tight range like we're looking currently. But that's Bitcoin, really. I mean, it's pretty easy to see what levels you should be looking for. You got, your high volume nodes around 39. These recent highs around 4,500. So that's what I'd be looking for. This would be my take profit if we're able to break 39.5. I don't think We just push straight through this up to 42. Probably going to be some ranging action down here. So yeah, that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Break below 38, probably lower. Range in between here, between 39 and 40. I'm gonna see if I get it, but that's it. I mean, that's where we're at. We're just play your ranges. Watch order flow. There's been some great scalping opportunities just strictly based off order flow, quick 400 or 500 point moves. Yesterday was a great day for it, but I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish. I'm just playing the ranges and seeing where we end up. Just playing the levels. That's all we could do right now. Let's take a look at ETH. I'll answer some questions and then we'll get into some futures stuff. What's good, Matt? What would cause the Fed to pivot? That's a good question. The Fed is going to raise rates, in my opinion. I don't think that the stock market going down 5-10% is going to change their mind, strictly because to them, inflation is a bigger deal than the stock market taking a hit. You gotta keep in mind there's some things. It's an election year. So the Democrats would love for the stock market to be up, but not necessarily gonna get it. I'm expecting pretty much. My macro view is we, continue to push basically into the rate hike, maybe the week before. And then I think that the market kind of starts to make lower lows. And the stock market starts to make lower lows. And I don't think that the Fed is going to just say, okay, we're going to cut the rate hike because the stock market's crashing. What they'll do is they'll hike rates one more time and then see the damage that they do, and then they'll probably put it on a pause. I don't think they're going to pull back on it for a while, but they'll just pause at wherever we are. So 1% Fed funds rate, they'll just take a break right there. That's my thoughts on that. The Fed is in a terrible position. They're going to screw it up. They're going to mess the markets up. But it could take time. It's, the effects of these rate hikes take time to trickle into the market. So you won't really see the effects of the next rate hike probably until, sometime in the late summer. So just got to, play what the market gives us. And, you can't be all doom. You can't be all gloom. It's just going to be a boring kind of ranging couple of months ahead of us. Probably with a decent dip somewhere in there. I'm thinking probably the end of May or early June. Markets probably take a beating. But for now, going to play what it gives us. So ETH... levels to watch with ETH, right? Obviously, with ETH, 3,000 is like the psychological number to break. Bounced at a great area. I mean, this is a naked point of control right here. And, that 28 level. But similar to Bitcoin, if it breaks, if we get back down there, I don't like the odds of it holding again. So, we're at resistance right now. So this, Bitcoin, ETH, like I said, I'm long currently, but there may be a nice short opportunity coming up right now if we don't break. So break below this 2,800. I don't like for it to hold again. When it comes to ETH, there's a huge gap here between, you got a decent gap here. So if this does break, I'd look for it to end up somewhere around 26 before a nice bounce. I finally figured out how to use this drawing tool now. Cooking with gas. So, below weekly VWAP, if you're not long, I would want to see a break of this. You can see it's below this value area going back to late March. Sorry. Where was I? So, it's definitely at a level where break above weekly VWAP. I think you can get a nice move, all depending on Bitcoin, all depending on stocks. But if I was getting long here, I'd be looking for 29.50, top of this structure over here, for maybe the first take profit. So there, and then obviously the composite at right around 3,000. So break below here with volume, that is probably a good short opportunity. If you get something like this and then that on heavy volume, that's something I would keep an eye on. But you guys know I don't really play ETH much, and like I said, BTC Dom just keeps rising, so you're kind of seeing a kind of risk off sentiment in the crypto market in general. So I'm playing BTC, but the levels are pretty obvious. There, 28, 3,000, and then 26. The benefit of this sideways kind of, big range being built out is you guys can really make big profits off of playing these big levels. There's going to be a lot of chop. Like I think you guys have seen over the last couple of days. It was very choppy. Very choppy on Monday. Trying to get a breakout trade here, getting cut up. So it's definitely better to take the big plays. I've been trying to, stick to the big trades. Not really taking scalps in here right around the point of control. This is how you lose money. So 2 trades today, break in, break back in, rejection at the value area high, break back in to value, all the way down to the value area low, couldn't break out of the value area low, top of this structure, long. So that's how I'm gonna keep doing it. It works fantastic. I would definitely be more patient with your trading for going forward over the next couple of weeks, because it's going to be a lot of this. So take the big plays, go big on your big plays, and you'll make some bread. So went over Bitcoin, ETH, kind of the major levels in the vicinity. Don't want to even look at anything too far away, because this could all be broken tomorrow. So staying focused centric around price, and we covered all of that. So what questions do we got? Oh, thanks, Matt. I didn't even realize I was wearing my glasses. I forgot. Yeah, I'm a blind dude. Uh, Low Lewis. Low Lewis asked how low can we go? Um, just like I said about the ES, 41.1. You got two wicks. There's basically no volume here. So if we come down and break market structure here, like the bottom of this value area of 41.50, with on heavy volume, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's going to get ugly in my opinion, because like I showed you, there's, look at this big gap right here. Like, this is, we don't want to get into this gap. There's probably some support maybe here at like 40.50, and that breaks, then you want to look at the top of this structure over here. So you got this, you got 40.50, and then it's, if this doesn't hold, sorry, you got that, and then you got like top of this structure. But the thing is, if this breaks, concerning, in regards to Bitcoin, it's going to be ugly. But this is looking very similar to, this is like reminding me of like us bottoming in, Bitcoin bottoming in the summer, keep coming back to the same level. The only thing, like I mentioned before, is earnings. If earnings, just all the big companies keep coming out missing numbers, by a large margin, it's not over. There's more down in store. But it's good to see Bitcoin holding at 38, when the stock market's at basically the yearly low, or around the yearly low, right? So people want this. There's demand. People are bullish on it. It's definitely, when we truly bottom, there's going to be an amazing trade to be had, and I can't wait to hop on it. But stocks breaking 41 is not good for business, that's for sure. But I don't think we go anywhere below like 39, 38.50 before a strong bounce. The stock market could keep going regardless of all the things going on. There's really still no alternative when inflation rates are almost double digits. So stocks will keep going. They just won't travel as far. Ranging. Expect ranging. What's up, Prayot? Long time no see. What's up, Lord Samurai? What up, dude? So let's get into the TPO. See what we got here. Any other questions? Will James, absorption at 10.15. So let's check it out. Well, you're saying 10:15. I don't know if it's 10:15 your time or my time. But when it comes to, yeah, so you're right, my man. So this is how you guys need to view order flow, and basically how you can see signs of absorption and where price is going to reverse, right? So this is the time period that Will is bringing up, and as you can see, we started dumping up here. This is the first tap of VWAP, weekly VWAP. So it sent us back, right? You see all the zeros at the bottom, just all these imbalances, just straight selling activity, one-sided. Tried to buy it up here, broke down, more one-sidedness, and like I told you, when you see these zeros on the buy side, when you see them start racking up like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was the long right there. So that was my long that I took when we broke from value. So ton of selling down here, 5 million, 4 million, big sells, no buyers, price reverses, straight one-sided buying, and back up. So that's how you can, view signs of absorption and reversals. Imbalances are everything. That's what I take my trades off of. If you look at, when we tap 39.5 right here, you can see at the high, all buyers, no sellers. That's a resistance level. That's your short, right? Scalp, however you want to play it. But that's how this works. Order flow is everything. I don't make a trade without it. So I hope I answered your question, Will. Definitely absorption, and we reversed off of it. Now, taking a look at the TPO. So we just blew through this area yesterday. All these single prints, huge gap, double distribution, but filled this one, probably fill this one, but as you guys know, these are failed auctions. Buyers didn't even get a chance to put in their bids as price moved so quickly, and we usually go back and fix that. Not saying that we just completely close this gap, totally possible, but just playing it like I see it. So looking above us, right? We have 39.5. Everyone knows 39.5 right now. That's the weekly value area high. So want to see acceptance above that with some volume for signs of continuation, probably up to this naked point of control at 4,500. If it breaks, that'll be my first take profit up there. I could close this out looking like it's struggling a bit, but we'll see. Today's POC right around 39, heaviest volume level for the day. But like I said, I'm really interested in seeing how the day closes out. Gonna try to hold on, may lock some profits, and then add back on the break. But it it looks decent right now. I'm not too worried that it's gonna just pull back. This should be support right around 39. Breaks there, it's probably gonna go lower. Um, but we're just trading in the same value area pretty much since Monday, right? You got there. So this is Monday's value area. That's where we spent the most time today. And a break above here with heavy volume probably leads to this naked POC up here, right? So we got a decent amount of volume down here. POC shifted last night. That's when I decided that it was okay to take a long. I was a little worried about taking a long overnight, but when you see a POC shift, let me show you. So last night when we were down here, we weren't getting a ton of volume down at these lows, just bouncing off, but POC shifted right here to this 38.4, and you could see when we broke, that's when the volume came in, right? So this POC was the weekly. That's where we broke down from, and that's kind of how I play it, right? A POC at a high volume, basically no volume, low volume beneath. That's your short signal. And building up down here, POC, which is at 38.4, building up, and then the breakout. Or you could have bought, obviously you could have bought the break back into value, but this shifted down overnight. You got to remember this isn't static, so this is moving up and down constantly. So looking towards here, looking towards 39.5, then looking towards this level. Want to see value keep building up here. Don't want to see us back below 39. Probably going back down. Looks like we have some momentum. But zooming out, and then, so 4,500, and then this naked POC right here around 41.6. So break this. I'm looking for this. But right now, looking for 39.5 first. And beneath us, take a trip back in time. Priyad, you asked, how can a bottom be determined like a flash crash? So I think the best example of that was our last trip down to 34. And I've said this again and again, is that when you have a big trending move down, you want to confirm your bottom. You want to have something that looks like a B profile, right? So this was 34, right? This is, basically the last, I could say, true dump that we've had. And when that happens, you don't want to just long because you get a candle that, wicks up. You want to see volume building. You want to see that you want to see that buyers and sellers are both, interacting and fighting over which way we're going, right? That is a terrible B, but it should look something like that, right? Fat at the bottom, move above the point of control, move above VWAP, and you usually get a move back up. But in terms of, just, like I guess I could, when you say a flash crash, I guess it would be like you could compare it to when we dropped from like 48 to 42K back last year. But when you get something like that, like if you get like a $5,000 wick on a quick move down, you're gonna retrace that. You're gonna go back to it. It's just a matter of time, and you guys all know when that happened. Obviously, when we got back down there, we went lower. So, when something like that happens, yeah, it's an amazing opportunity to get in really quick, but I find that I'm not like eager to play it. When we wicked down to 42, I just happened to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning that day and took it. But something like that gets repaired, right? Like this area over here, this thin area over here, we came back, fixed it, and then we went lower, right? So these thin areas, these like wicks, they're usually, they don't last. So hope I answered your question there. Brian D, my man, thank you, bro. I'm out here just dropping this alpha. Got just alpha drops all day. So, yeah, thanks, Ron. Pre-March. Yeah, 42K. But so anyway, I still think there's a good chance that we go lower. Right now, 36.6 is what I'd be looking for below where the current lows, and then there's a naked point of control at 35.5, which is right here from that 34 bottom. This naked point of control here, I think you get a bounce there, or if 36.6 doesn't hold. But if equities truly break down, you start looking for the lows. But look at where we are right now. I mean, we're at 39K, and equities are pretty much right at the lows. So I know people are assuming if stocks doom that, it's 30K. But I'm not so sure. Bitcoin is catching a slight bid. I mean, I'm not bullish, but I'm not bearish either. When you watch the flow, you can see how heavily people are buying this up. And what's going to happen eventually, like let's say stocks break out right now, you're going to have some trapped sellers, and they're going to get run over. But obviously we got to break the levels that we have in front of us right now. But you got stops up here, and they tried to run the stops down here. Basically this was a stop run of Monday's lows, retraced. It looks decent for at least sideways. I'm not saying we continue to trend back up, but it's all depending on what equities continue to do. I hate to say that. I hate to, be like Bitcoin's its own market. We are moving differently, but when vol picks up, all correlations go to 1. So just playing what it gives us. One trade at a time, one level at a time, one candle at a time. So OI has been pretty flat to down. Over the last couple of days. But, you could look at OI going down as a sign of shorts closing out because we keep pushing on them. So I'm not taking that as a bearish indicator. I'm kind of taking it as shorts keep trying to get heavy and we keep pushing and forcing them to close out. So we'll see. They could get the better of us. But, right now it's not telling me that, people aren't interested anymore. Going down 2% is not something to worry about. If it went down 10%, I would be concerned. But so one thing you should notice here, when you look at funding, throughout this whole, since last night, throughout this whole move, we had negative funding, just becoming positive right now. And the last couple of times we've had negative funding, barring this little stretch here, because we went lower. But negative funding here, we got to move. Negative funding here, maybe we get a move. Negative funding is not always a indicator, that to long or short, but it has been pretty consistent over the last couple of drops, right? Going back to April 11th, negative funding here eventually led to the move from 39 up to 42. Negative funding here at 38.5 led to this move. And then we had negative funding at the highs and crashed. So, but just something to keep an eye on. Rates just remain to be negative to barely positive. That could lead to a bigger move. So, see how that plays out. Liquidations, taking out some shorts, long liquidations. So this would include all the liquidations last night, going to the lows and kind of racking them up here a bit, but we'll see. Looks like we're pulling back a little bit. Just seeing how it goes, just remaining above this level and above VWAP. I'm gonna see what plays out. All right. Any more questions, guys? Mysterious World, I looked at funding rate. I guess just answered your question, right?
Here's your reminder from my daily mindset.
Oh my God. I turn this thing on my Alexa and I can't figure out how to turn it off, and every day it pops on at the same time and tells me to listen to my daily affirmation for the day. It's really, really annoying. Anyway, so looking on the day, looking at the profile, buyers just dominating up here. Dominating above, since we've been up above 38.7, above POC. So, see how it plays out. See how the day closes. See how equities close. That's pretty much all it is right now. I wouldn't necessarily be shorting this right here. Maybe a break of the POC, but still in the value area. Nothing scary yet. So, what other questions do we got? Liquidated shorts signals lower price action soon. Yeah, quite possibly. But gotta see what happens here. I'd like to see if we could push back up to this 39.5 level. Liquidated shorts, funding rates, it can all be looked at, depending on your view and what you're seeing. It can mean up or down. I'm just taking into account what I'm seeing from order flow, and it's not showing me that sellers are the aggressors here. So I'm gonna say that it's not saying that we're gonna go down today. Of course we could go down, like I've been saying, guys. This could break. I totally believe it. I'm just showing you what's happening right now and what I think, the conditions that I think need to remain for up, and buyers dominating, being above the point of control for the day. That gives me some sign, some semblance of we could go up further. My affirmations got shut down quick, man. Yeah, I try to listen to it every day, but it's so weird. It goes off always when I'm streaming, and I hate it. Steven 36 then rocket ship? I don't know, man. I really don't know. If we get down there, it's a move, right? Everything is a move. I don't really see a trending move like we had from like from this. No, I'm sorry. Like this, I don't see that happening before things kind of break down a bit. Like the March run from 36 all the way to 48. I think that was probably the biggest move we're going to have for a while, until we put in some work lower. That's just my opinion. Otherwise, I think it's just a battle, a little fight between buyers and sellers until one side breaks. 40, I think at 42, we're going to get heavy resistance if we get up there. To start looking at like 45 and 44, I wouldn't get there yet, right? So the levels are 39.5, 40K, 4,500, 41.5, 42, 42.1. That's what I would be looking at above us right now. Below us, these lows obviously 37.6, 36.6, 35.5, and the lows, right? So those are all the major levels in the vicinity that I would be paying attention to. All right. Kyle, yes, it is a mix of market and limit. Yeah, mysterious world. So, that's what I said earlier. Rates, the rate hike in May is going to cause a problem. And I don't think that it's going to be on the day of. I think it starts the week kind of leading into it. So early May, I would definitely start taking risk off, start looking for lower. Probably only got a couple of more weeks of this pushing, and even if it pushes, like looks like we're rejecting here. So, any more questions? You guys want to look at any alts really quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So back below weekly VWAP, not good, and stocks are still ripping, so that's not a good sign. You guys want to talk about alts, or could we just wrap it up? Because I don't think anyone should be paying too much attention to alts when Bitcoin is on such shaky ground. One thing I noticed, DeFi is having a ridiculous day today. Keep an eye on that going forward. I'm definitely watching that. So, all right, guys, going to cut it there. We'll look at some alts next time. Next time I want to kind of go through more of the anatomy of a trade and kind of show you guys maybe something live where I could show you where I would get in and where I would get out, and kind of do something like that. And if you guys got any other questions, anything you want to bring it to me, hit me in the DMs on Twitter. But, not too worried. Stocks are doing their thing. Bitcoin looking a little weak here, but, I want to see how it closes out on the day. Stocks breaking above weekly VWAP right here. That's lovely. So, some profit taking up here. See what happens. But play the levels, pay attention to the levels I gave you guys. Stay low time frame in your trading right now. 30-minute chart, something like this. This is what I'm looking at on a daily. I'm not you guys know I'm not the 5-minute chart guy. Like, I make my decisions off of levels, not off of candles. So, that's it. Good luck to you guys in your trading. I am going to try to do this again on Friday and be more regular in my schedule. My buddy Ryan he's streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays now, so I think I'm gonna try to do Wednesdays and Fridays because I like to watch his stream as well, and that's my good boy, and I like to support. So stay vigilant, guys. Don't be doomers, right? Don't say, oh, everything's gonna break, it's all over. Sit out on your hands and miss good trades. There are good trades happening right now. You just got to take them at, when you're outside of value, away from the mean, away from the points of control. That's where you want to get into your trades. You see, like, if somebody just tried to short here, you're trying to short into the point of control and getting a huge bounce off of it. So take your trades outside of value. Everyone have a good next couple of days. I'll see you on Twitter. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll do this again on Friday. I think going into the weekend, we'll have a good sense of like how May is going to set up. Not looking for May to be an up month, that's for sure. But play what the market gives you, and you'll make some money. All right. So thanks for joining, guys. Cheers, Kyle, Will, Mysterious World. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope that was helpful. Just stay focused on current areas, current price, current levels, and don't try to, hold your trade till 45K and, take profits. That's where we're at right now. Get in, get out, take profits, make your money, and wait for the next trade. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Peace out. I'll see you on Friday.